All right, let me start off by telling you about three things I love dearly, okay? The first thing is Naruto, right? Growing up, the favorite parts were the taijutsu, the hand-to-hand combat. I thought it was sick. The second thing I love really, really deeply is music, okay? Music has been there for me like it has been there for everyone, It's great. You lose yourself in the music the moment you want it. You better never let it go. I don't have to rap Eminem for you to understand, okay? Music is great. And recently, I started dipping my toes into K-pop, just like a mother dips her toes into the pool during a hot summer day to see if the water's going to be good. I started dipping my toes into K-pop, okay? And I found a lot of good shit from it. I won't lie. And the third thing I want to talk about that I love so deeply is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Now, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is a great movie. The best movie, if I might say. Feel free to shoot spitballs at me, but this movie is a goddamn masterpiece, okay? I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. Now, you might be wondering, well, what does this have to do with anything, man? Why are you talking about Spider-Man? Why are you talking about music and K-pop, and why are you talking about Naruto? Like, these are all great things, but how do they connect together? Well, let me tell you how it connects together. So I found this movie this morning. It's called K-pop Demon Hunters, and K-pop Demon Hunters is a banger. Unequivocally so, it is a banger. I'm sorry for those non-believers or those haters out there, but it is a fucking banger. I mean, just look at this screenshot I found from the promotional material. Like, this goes hard. And not only does it look like it goes hard, it goes actually hard, okay? And I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Now, first up, the action, okay? This isn't an action movie per se, but the storytelling is great, and the fights feel rewarding. They're beautiful, they're well executed. The fucking animation is out of this world. It goes insano style. It reminds me of Naruto Shippuden level taijutsu and animation. It's that good, I am telling you. Now, speaking of action, this movie does action, but it also ties in storytelling while the action is going on. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to spoil the movie, but at the midpoint of this movie, you get a action sequence where the girls, they win. Okay, they beat the shit, they mop the floor with the villains. However, during that fight sequence, the enemies, the ops, right, as they say, they actually gain some valuable intel that'll make them able to soil the plans of the girls, and actually it gives stakes, okay? This moment takes the stakes from down here and raises over here, okay? It's actually insane, and it's really well done. I enjoyed that. But I forgot to mention the intro. One of the first things you see is an action sequence, and it goes so hard, man. It's like this fight scene in a plane, and it sets the tone perfectly. Like, I'm so glad, like, when I finished the movie, I looked back and I was like, oh, I'm so fucking glad it started off with a banger fight scene, because I see a lot of people who wouldn't have watched it and would have gave it a try, but gave up if it spent a bit more time doing the exposition. So I just thought that was amazing. It was great. The first fight scene is awesome. It's funny, it's quick, and it gets you going. You're like, oh shit, I'm excited to continue watching this. So one thing to know is that there's also a lot of singing, and a lot of singing accompanies the fighting because in lore, these girls are like three protectors of the universe, of the world, right? And they sing to create like this force field to keep out the evil and the demons. So as they're fighting, you often see them singing, and exactly, there's a lot of things they do that matches the beat. It goes very nice. It kind of reminiscent of Baby Driver. You know how they do a lot of things in sync? Well, during the fighting scenes, they also do a lot of the choreography like synced up with the music. It actually good. And speaking of the music, they actually got an actual K-pop band to perform the music twice. I don't know if you know Twice. Even if you don't know them, you've heard them, okay? I don't know if y'all remember that song that went, I give you a second chance to Cupid. Now I'm left there feeling stupid. Well, it's them. That was wrong. First of all, it's not Twice that sings that song. It's 50/50. Good job, Rex. And also, it's not just Twice. There's also, I'm looking at it here. There's some members from Twice. There's EJ also. There's Andre Nuna. There's Ray Amai. Um, yeah, so that's my bad. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Anyways, back to the video. So disregard that last part. It's them, and it's actually good because they know how to do K-pop. It's that simple. I also really enjoyed the characters. It felt like no character was like out of place or like didn't belong, okay? They were introduced properly, they were given motivation, and they were shipped out into this world. Perfect. Like for example, the villain, right? The villain of the movie, at the end, there's a twist, right? And yes, you didn't see that twist really coming. Well, you could see it coming if you've been watching movies, right? But in the direction where it was going, it didn't seem like it was going to happen, but it doesn't feel like it was pushed in there, just for the sake of having a twist. Like the character has a motivation and there's a reason why he's committing to his actions. And that's not only the villain, like the characters also do, the three main girls. It's just beautiful. And also even the mother, which plays a big role implicitly in the story. All these characters feel like they're in the right place, playing the right role at the right time. So it creates a great narrative, quite simply put. So the reason why I mentioned Naruto and anime in the beginning is because this story makes you feel emotion, kind of like when you're watching an anime, and that's amazing. I love that. And also, speaking of anime, I feel like those of you who enjoy anime will also enjoy the comedy in this movie. I feel like it has a lot of reference to anime as a way to like give it a little wink, a little nod. It's fun. And also there's a lot of like animations that are very anime-ish that get slid in there as kind of like a reference, like here, have this. I know you're going to enjoy this. So overall, it's just a great experience, okay? I can already see what you're telling yourself, right? As I'm going on and on, you're like, okay, yes, you got the music, the anime, boom, boom. But what about Spider-Man? What does Spider-Man have to do with it? Well, I just learned while doing research for this video to get all my facts straight and like the runtime and everything. I looked at the trailer and it is actually made by the same people who made Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and Into the Spider-Verse, and the ones that are cooking up the third part. So this beautiful trilogy made by people with love, right? So this movie was made by those same people. So it's fair to say, and you can see it, like you can see it while you're watching the movie, that this movie was made with love and affection. People cared about what they were doing, and they actually hired people who gave a shit. Like the people running the whole spiel, the whole shtick, they were Asian. Why? Because it's their culture. It's their, like, it's just their culture. That's simply put. And I think that's amazing. And that's what gives it like such a charm. So to tie this all back to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, right? One of the greatest strengths of that movie is the way it's able to use its runtime, and it doesn't skip a beat. See what I did there? Music, skip a beat. Anyways, so yeah, it doesn't skip a beat. The story had me glued to my screen the whole 95 minutes of runtime, and that is extremely hard to do for me because usually when I'm watching Netflix, right, I got my phone, I'm replying to texts. But this time, no. Like, the only time I touched my phone was to put it on silent so I could give more attention to this movie. I think it's obvious by now that I freaking love the experience because it made me feel a lot. I love the music, I love the characters, I love the atmosphere, I love, like, the action. It's just beautiful, okay? And if I had to give it a note, if you forced me, gun to my head, give this movie a note out of 10, I would probably give it an 8. A strong 8. A 8 that can stand on its legs. But yeah, that's my opinion. I do like a lot of movies for how they make me feel, so keep that in mind. If you end up watching it, and I hope you do, and you don't like it, all power to you. It's not for everyone, and I stand by my choice. It's something I like by my choice. I stand by my opinions, is what I meant. Like, this movie is a strong 8 for me, and yeah, that's it. I think I'm ready to wrap it up. This has been Xavier Rex. Make sure to check out the socials in the description, like and subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Also check out my Twitch, and yeah, I'll see you next time. See ya.
With new jams, I'm too advanced, you're prehistoric. Who I be is the question and the answer is rhetoric. With new jams, I'm too advanced, you're prehistoric. Who I be is the question and the answer is rhetoric. Who you messing with? Who you playing with? 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 I'm the